Hi, my beautiful friends. I jumped on just a couple of minutes early. If I'm looking off to both sides, I have two cameras going on. I'm live in my Facebook group, and I'm also live on Instagram. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's just me trying to engage both cameras. So I have two cameras set up. This is my first time doing this. I hope it works out. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes to see if anybody wants to jump on. I'm gonna wait until 5. We have about another minute or so. In the meantime, I'm sipping some tea. And we're gonna talk about reading food labels. So let's see if anybody's gonna hop on. Whether people hop on or not, I'm gonna make it happen. This is what's gonna happen. This is happening today. This is happening. This is what's going on. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. The weather has been so beautiful, cold in the mornings, but in the afternoons it's been warmer. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes for people to drop on. I see somebody jumped on Facebook. So just wait a couple of minutes to see if people are going to jump on. We're going to be talking about reading food labels. So it's a very important, interesting topic. So we're going to get started in just a minute. Y'all seem to be out there enjoying this weather. This is some beautiful, beautiful weather we've been experiencing lately, especially here in, I say Houston, but we're right outside of Houston, but in Texas, I would say, in the south, southern Texas. Everybody got snow except for us. Boo. Okay. I'm just looking. And I'm going to get started in just a second. See if anybody wanted to hop on. So I'm going to go ahead and just give an introduction. I am health coach Tamala. I am the Juice Magician. And I am coming to you. This is my new segment, Coach's Corner, which will be taking place every Thursday at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be coming on with Coach's Corner. This is one of my new segments. Another new segment I started this year is What's Up Wednesday. And What's Up Wednesdays is it's just about what's up, about what's going on in my life and your life. And it's really, I want to extend like an open invitation. So Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, I want to do this What's Up Wednesday, but I want to invite other people to engage. So if you want to promote your business, if you want to talk about a health coaching issue, you want to talk about juice, if you want to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, I want to invite people to my platform and just give an outlet for What's Up Wednesday, because we're just going to be talking about what's up. So that's going to be What's Up Wednesday. But Thursdays is Coach's Corner. And a lot of people know me, especially on these platforms, from being the Juice Magician. And I love juicing. That's my thing. But I started out health coaching. That's how it all got started. I started out health coaching. And once I started juicing kind of blew up, so quickly that I kind of put coaching to the side and focus my energy on juicing, which is good. That's fine. But my passion, y'all, is definitely in the health coaching, because I love interacting with people. I love hearing people's stories. I love to really engage with people. So that's really my passion, and that's what I want to focus on and want to get back to. So on Thursdays, I'm going to be giving coaches tips on Coach's Corner. So today we're going to be talking about reading food labels, how to read food labels. So most people, when they go in the store, okay, you may have a list, you may not, but you go in the store with an idea of the things that you want to buy. So the first thing I want to say is that if you're reading food labels, it means that you are buying packaged foods, okay? So reading food labels and you're buying packaged foods, it can be either way. The best thing to do is really to eat more natural earth foods, more minimally processed, just in a raw state. That's the best. But we know that life is busy, so a lot of times we do have to purchase packaged foods. But you need to know what to do when you're looking for these packaged foods. Most people, when they look at a food label, they look at calories. They may look at sodium. They may look at fats, and those things are good. That's awesome. That's amazing. But you have to go deeper than that if you really want to dissect this food label. If you really want to know what's in your food, you have to go deeper than just calories and fats and those things. You really have to go deeper. So let's dive right into it. So when you read a food label, it's best to read the ingredient list. That's what you should start with, the ingredient list. Yes. So the ingredient list is going to really give you a thumbs up or thumbs down should you buy this item, because that's going to show you what is actually in the food. So a food can be low calorie, but the ingredient list can be garbage and it's still not good. A food can be high in calorie, but the ingredient list can be so wholesome and the calories are coming from good sources and it's still a good product. So you read the ingredients in order from which they are written. Why is that important? Because the first thing that's written on the food label, the first thing that they have written on the food label, that's the biggest thing in that item. So if the first thing, for example, is sugar, then that product is mostly sugar. So you need to be looking for what is the first thing listed on your ingredients, on your ingredient list. So I pulled some things from my own pantry thing. We do okay. We try to do our best, but hey, we human. So I pulled out these vanilla wafers. There's many vanilla wafers. We all probably familiar with this. So when I look at it, okay, I see that it has 140 calories. It has 6 grams of fat, but I also know it has saturated fat, which is not good. No fiber, 11 grams of sugar. That's pretty high because it's 10 grams of added sugar. So a lot of products would be like, okay, it has 11 grams of sugar, but no added sugar. So no added sugar means it's naturally sweetened by fruit, mostly. It's more than likely will be fruit. So, but the first ingredient on my list is unbleached, enriched flour, wheat flour. So I already know that this is going to be a product that is high in carbs. Unbleached flour is the main ingredient. So that's what this product is mainly made out of. So you need to make sure that you are looking for those things. Also, it says it has canola oil, which is not good. Palm oil, which is not good. High fructose corn syrup, not good. So you need to be looking at the ingredients, the wholesomeness of the ingredients. That's where you start. So watch out for product ingredients and misnomers. So this is the opposite of looking out for your food ingredients that you can identify as food. This means be on the lookout for potentially harmful ingredients that are added to the products for such as preservatives and additives and other chemicals. Because food that's in a package, that's on the shelf, they have to put chemicals in it because it has to be preserved. It has to have a shelf life. So they have to add additives. They alter colors. They use enhanced flavors. They use all these different things, and a lot of times it's chemical based. And they use those things to make the product attractive, to taste good, and keep you addicted. That's a part of the addiction. So sugar and carbs, those things can be addictive. So they add these things to not only keep you addictive, but to keep the shelf life of the item. So that's important. It says, be super attentive to misnomers, because oftentimes harmful ingredients are disguised with scientific names like hydrogenated vegetable oil. So hydrogenated vegetable oil is just basically trans fat. We know that trans fats are not good. So you should not be purchasing products at this point that have trans fat. Trans fats are not good. This particular vanilla wafer, it has 0 trans fat. It has 1.5 grams of saturated fat, but no trans fat. Trans fats are not good. We know that. The industry now knows that. So most products probably now may not have that. Okay. So in thinking about the chemical names, so we see this list of ingredients on our items. And then you think about, okay, a lot of these words I can't even pronounce. I don't even know how to pronounce these words. And if you cannot pronounce a word of, a food name, an item in your food, it's probably not good for you, because food should be easily identifiable. For example, I have these these little bars, Lara bars, and it says on the front just 6 real ingredients. Okay, so I look at the ingredients. Okay, what are the 6 real ingredients? So the ingredients says dates. First item is dates. So automatically I know this product is mostly made of dates. This product is mainly dates. It has almonds, apples, walnuts, raisins, and cinnamon. That's it. That's it. 6 ingredients. It has just those 6 ingredients. And then, but this is not a low calorie food. It has 200 calories. It has 18 grams of sugar, but ding, 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 no added sugar. So 18 grams of sugar, but the sugar comes from the dates and the apples and the raisins. So it's no added sugar. It's just natural sugar. So this is not a low-fat food, but it is a more wholesome food than this. So these vanilla wafers have less calories, 140 per serving, but it has ingredients on here that are not good. Palm oil, canola oil, high fructose corn syrup, whey. So all those products, less calories, but it's still, this is a better choice. So this one has 200 calories, 9 grams of fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, has 25 grams of carbs, but keep in mind, everything is natural. So you think about the nuts that are in it, and that's where you're getting your carbs from, the nuts that are in the product. And they really are very good. I like these little granola bars. Okay, so look out for ingredients that your body cannot tolerate. So think about if you are you have a allergy or a low tolerance for gluten, for soy, for corn. Make sure you're looking out for those ingredients when you are reading those labels. Make sure you're looking out for those particular ingredients. Learn how to understand the chemical names and acronyms. So, for example, it may say BHT. Your product may have BHT. I don't have anything here that has BHT. Let me see. I don't think I have anything that says BHT. But BHT is... And even me looking at some of these labels now, I'm like, okay, no to that. So sometimes I buy things out of habit, or my daughter may say, can I have this? And I'm like, yeah, but then when I look at it, I'm like, no, we're not eating that. So BHT is a preservative used to stabilize fats and preserve flavor, color, and smell. Okay, so it's a preservative used to stabilize these things. So it's not natural. They have to inject it or input it or infuse it into the product so that the product can last. BHA. BHA is a preservative that prevents fats in the product from going rancid. Oh my God. Prevents the fats in your product from going rancid. If they did not put this BHA and they put this item on the shelf and it stayed too long, the fats in that product will grow rancid. Oh my God, it sounds disgusting. Not good. TBHQ. TBHQ is a toxic preservative used to extend shelf life and prevent things from going rancid. So anytime an item has a shelf life, they have to add preservatives because that's how they keep it from going bad. So if you have an item that has TBHQ, that's some toxins that they added to the food so that it can last on the shelf. Anything on the shelf has to have preservatives because otherwise it would have such a short shelf life that it would not it wouldn't last and it wouldn't be good for you. Hey, sister, I see you. So think about this, colors and dyes. Now, this is something I got away from a while back. So when you see things like blue dye number 1, blue dye number 2, red dye those things are not good. Your food should be naturally colored. If they have to put a dye in it to give it a color, that's not good. So you should be looking for that. If a food product comes in a color that can't identify in nature, then assume it's chemically altered. So if your food has a yellow number this and a blue number this, it has been chemically altered because they have to find a way to produce this color. And you know what? Candies and cereal, those are like the big culprits. If you like sweet candies, like say Starburst or Nerds, whatever it is, those sweet candies, those full of dyes, because they have to give it a color, and the color is not natural. They have to create the color. Cereals for your kids, that's very important. We don't even eat cereal. If we eat cereal, it's hot cereal, oatmeal, something like that. But just cereal out of a box, like those Fruit Loops, Tricks, all those different types of color cereals, full of chemicals, because they have to create those colors. Those colors are not naturally found in nature, so they have to create the colors, which means they have to add chemicals. So think about that. I know we're so used to just running through the grocery store, picking up this, picking up that, and not really focusing on the food itself, but you have to make sure that you are thinking about what you're putting into your body. Okay? So, the most popular artificial sweeteners used in food products are notorious for causing a lot of health issues. So a lot of people, they say, well, let's think about things that say low fat or sugar free, or, you know, how they use these words, these advertisers use these words, but all they're saying is that instead of sugar, we have replaced it with chemical. Okay, so because they have to still make it palatable, they want you to still be able to enjoy it. So they say sugar free, low sugar, low fat. They have to do something else to enhance it. And we in our mind, we hear the words and we're not really focusing on, okay, so how is this product sweet? Because I still taste the sweetness in it. So what are they doing to make it sweet? Chemicals and toxins. So think about that. So words like asulafin. It is a popular one. Also like NutraSweet, Sweet and Low, Circa Low, Splenda, all these different sugar alternatives. All these different sugar alternatives are not good for you. Sister, you asked me, have I ever heard of 7 Sunday Oats? No, I have not heard of 7 Sunday Oats. I'm going to have to look it up. You're going to have to tell me more about the 7 Sunday Oats. But oats, I love to do my oatmeal, because I'll pile all kinds of stuff. And I posted a picture the other day of a bowl of oatmeal I had. I'll put almond butter, sea moss gel, raisins, hemp seeds. Like, my oatmeal be the bomb. So, yes, I've never heard of it. I'm going to have to try it. Okay. So all these different sweeteners that they put on these labels, when they say non-fat, low-fat, fat-free, chemicals. Because they have to still make it palatable. Otherwise, people wouldn't buy it. So it's just a trick really of the mind, because they're trying to mess with you with words. And they mention words so that you can buy this item. And you'll be better off getting the full fat version. You'll be better off getting the sugar version, because at least you know what you're getting versus chemicals that you don't know what you're getting. So think about that. So focus on serving size listed on the label. Ooh, this is a big one in my house. My husband is a big, like, if we have cookies or something, like, he likes to eat a lot of them. And I'm like, do you know how many servings that you just ate? Do you know how many servings you just had? So serving size is very important. Like, for example, let me see. I'm going to go back to these vanilla wafers. So it says serving size is 20 wafers. And these are minis. So these are smaller than your regular vanilla wafers. So these are mini. And so they say serving size is 20 wafers. But 20 wafers is not very much, because they're very small. So if you take vanilla wafers to lunch, put them in a baggie, and of course you may have maybe 40 or 60, maybe 40, maybe double the serving. So now that 140 calories from that one serving, you have just doubled that to 280 calories. So keep that in mind. Serving size is very important. So sometimes it says that companies will list the serving size on a cookie box as 1, but who eats 1 cookie? You know what I'm saying? So they'll say per serving. Like it'll be 90 calories, and you're like, oh, these cookies are just 90 calories, but the serving size is one. Who's gonna eat one cookie? No one. No one ever said I just want to eat one cookie. So that's a trick. That's an advertisement trick. So it says 90 calories and it's so big and bold, but if you eat 3, 4, 5 cookies, then 90 times however many cookies you ate. So serving size is very important. So when you think about the percent daily value, like they'll have food like they have foods like let me see. Take my falafel. And my baby's crying. Hold on one second. Why are you crying? What's wrong? You making me get off my lawn for this. This is nothing. Just take it down. I am so sorry. My daughter's in there crying. Like, what is going on? And mind you, she's 7 years old. So I'm trying to figure out why my 7-year-old is in there crying. Anyway, I was talking about the percent daily value. Like, for example, this says, let me see if they have a daily value on here. Okay, so the daily value percent is how much of that thing it has in it. So, for example, total fat, 3%, and that's supposed to be percent daily value, like how much you should have in a day. 14% when it comes to fiber. It has 7 grams of protein, and they said the daily value is 4% of the protein that you need for the day. So think about that daily value. The best nutrition does not come in a packaged box. So don't rely on the values of that and say, okay, I had such and such I had my daily value of this because that's what the box told me. That's not where your calories should mainly come from. Your calories, the large majority of your calories should come from micro and macro nutrients, natural foods. It should come from natural foods, not necessarily from a box. So things to think about, things that are grown in nature, homegrown foods. But sometimes we do pick up packaged foods. Like I say, we're busy and packaged foods can be convenient, but still educate yourself on reading those labels because it's very, very important. You should educate yourself on reading the labels. Okay. So then let's talk about certified versus non-certified. So, some labels now, especially now because the big boom of certified organic, certified, GMO free, certified vegan, whatever it is, think about that. So certified labels, that's what you should be looking for. If it's certified, that means that it has been certified by the FDA. It is proven. They've gone through the test. It's gone through the process, and the FDA has certified this item as what it is. So, for example, grass-fed. Grass-fed means that the animal has spent their lives on a pasture eating natural ingredients. And if it says certified grass-fed, that means they have not been treated with any hormones, any antibiotics, and they are truly grass-fed. So I'm going to say something about that. So grass-fed is usually like for your beef products. If you're going to eat beef, and a lot of people do eat beef, choose the highest quality of whatever it is that you're going to eat. So if you're going to eat beef, make sure you choose the highest quality of that item. So think about just going, I know, like you grow up, go get a pound of a ground chuck or whatever it is. You just getting this meat and it could be anything. It's just random. You know what I'm saying? It's just random cows. We don't know how they've been treated. We don't know, what chemicals that they use to enhance the cow. We just don't know. Grass-fed meat, even though it's significantly more expensive, it is better for your body, so you know what you're getting. So if it says certified grass-fed, choose that option. Certified organic. Certified organic means that if it's a meat product, it means that the animal never have been given antibiotics, never have been given hormones, and the grass that they've been grazing on and eating off of is non-GMO. It's no GMO grass, so the grass is even clean. So that's what certified organic means when it comes to your meat. So GMO free, non-GMO project certified. That means that it was not genetically modified in any type of way. So if it's certified non-GMO, GMO free, that means that it was not modified, genetically modified. And genetically modified just means basically it was altered in some type of way. Human intervened in the process, and it wasn't just a natural course of occurrences that happened to produce this item. Certified naturally grown. If it's certified naturally grown, that means that it was on a small farm, certified by the USDA, and it's grown locally. So certified naturally grown, no preservatives, it's a good product. So things that say non-certified labels. So non-certified labels are if the product just says no hormones administered, no hormones, hormone free. The USDA prohibits the use of hormones in raising hogs or poultry in the United States anyway. So beef may have this label that says no hormones, but it's not certified. So you need to make sure that you know that these items are, whether they're certified or not. Okay? Let me see. Free range or free roaming. So, a lot of your egg products may say it's free range, free roaming. However, this is something that kind of blew my mind, because I was priding myself on, when we were eating eggs, that I wanted to look for the free range eggs. But it says that just means that the birds only have to be allowed 5 minutes of open air access in a day for it to be USDA free range. So free range doesn't mean that your chickens have been freely roaming the pastures and the good life all day. Free range just means they only have to have 5 minutes. 5 minutes of open air access, and they can be considered free range. So make sure that it is saying certified. If it doesn't say certified, it means it's non-certified, and they can trick you with these marketing words and marketing terms to make you feel like you're treating yourself to something good, and that might not necessarily be the case. So that's important. When they say pasture fed or pasture raised, so for beef labels, they must also read organic. So if they say pasture fed, pasture raised, you still want to see that organic, because organic means that what they were eating, consuming, that was non-GMO. So just because they were pasture raised and pasture fed doesn't mean they were getting non-GMO items. So it has to say organic as well for that to be considered a good item or a healthy item. So don't be confused by these words. Like, these marketers are so sneaky. Like, they know how to word things and to put things into play in a way that we feel like we're doing what's best for our bodies, and we find out that in the end it's really not the case. Okay? So let's talk about, like, when they say cage free. Cage free, it does not mean that the hens have access to the outdoors, but they may be able to walk and nest and spread their wings. So when you think cage free, you're thinking they just roaming around and having a good old time. Not necessarily. That just means that they are able to walk around and they're not confined to a cage. But that could still mean they're in a place that they cannot go far. They can't just be free in open air. They still may be confined. So that's important. Think about that cage free. Seafood. Seafood is a big one. Seafood is a big one because it's farm raised versus wild caught. You should always want to get wild caught food. Wild caught seafood means that it was caught in its natural habitat. That means that fisheries went out to the ocean or wherever the fish lives and gathered these fish and brought them in. If they were farm raised, that means that somebody grew them in a pond, and a lot of GMO are in these products. So that's why they were saying tilapia is not good, because tilapia are farm raised fish. They're like a man-made fish. So that's why you start hearing about tilapia not being a good fish. Okay. So if a product says no additives, it implies a product or package has not been enhanced with an addition of natural or artificial ingredients. So that's a good thing. No additives. You want things that are no additives. You don't want anything added on to what the food already is. And think about minimally processed. If something says minimally processed, that just means it is closest to its raw form. Like they did very little to it to make it come to light, to make it to be what it is. Okay? So those are just some good tips about reading food labels. You should be looking for ingredients and go through that ingredient list with a fine-tooth comb, and just think about, what am I really putting into my body? And so I have these two different pastas, for example. I have these Barilla pasta, and then I have this Ancient Harvest. These are green lentil pasta. These are made from green lentils. These are just your regular pasta. So the main ingredient, or the first ingredient, which is the main ingredient of the Barilla pasta, is wheat. Semolina wheat. Okay, semolina wheat and durum wheat flour. Okay, what is semolina wheat? What is durum wheat flour? Okay, those are the first two ingredients, so that's what they're predominantly made of. However, when I look at my lentil pasta, it says the first ingredient is green lentil flour. Organic quinoa flour. That's it. 2 ingredients. Green lentil flour, organic quinoa flour. That's it. That's what this product is made from. This is a more natural state of pasta than this one. This one also has been enhanced with minerals and vitamins, say vitamin B3, sulfates, fluoric acid, riboflavin, like all these different things that are not naturally occurring are in this pasta, and we use them all the time. Like, this is something we do all the time, just on a daily basis. We go and pick up items that we're used to having, and that's what we do. But when you start educating yourself on really learning about what food is, it changes. Like, your mindset, your perspective starts to change. Okay? And I picked up just a couple of other little things from my kitchen. I have this falafel mix. I like falafel. Falafel mix. The first ingredient, which I told y'all at the beginning, the first ingredient is like what the product is mainly made of. The first ingredient is chickpeas. It's good. Chickpeas, onion, cumin, sesame seeds, salt, coriander, parsley, garlic, baking soda, black pepper, turmeric, crushed red bell pepper, red chili powder. That's it. That's it. So this is a good product, even though it has no saturated fat, no trans fat, no cholesterol. It has a lot of sodium, but it's coming from the seasonings that they put in it. But overall, this is a good product. It has 7 grams of protein. That's from your chickpeas. And has no sugar, no added sugar. 3 grams of sugar, but no added sugar. So the sugar just naturally comes from your onion and your seasonings. That's where the sugar is coming from. So this is a good product. So make sure you're going through the label and seeing that you recognize the ingredients that are in the food. If you do not recognize the ingredients, you cannot read them. Even when you're in the store, just Google it. If you see a word, you're like, okay, what is this? Just Google it. Google can tell you everything and read about it. What is this product? And then a lot of times they'll tell you other things that their product is used in. Like some products have chemicals that are used in cleaning products, have chemicals that are used in other areas that are not even food. So be mindful when you're looking at your products. Okay? So for example, I was talking earlier about sometimes I buy things because my daughter say, okay, I want to try that. Okay. I bought these, didn't think twice about it. I looked at it, I'm like, okay, we're going to try it. But then when I get home, the first item is unbleached enriched flour. Not too bad, but when you keep going down, it has all kinds of stuff. It has all kinds of words that are unable to be pronounced. And they have to do that because this product has to have a shelf life. So I like to make my pancakes just from scratch, just make my own homemade pancakes. This is easy and it's convenient, but to what cost? And what cost is this giving me? Look at this long list. These pancakes, look at this long list of products for this one for pancakes. It doesn't take that much to make pancakes, but they have a long list of over 30 ingredients that most of them are chemical based just to make pancakes, just to have it have a shelf life. So think about that. That's important. And then also think about the fact that those chemicals and those additives are affecting our kids. So when you give those things to your kids, it messes with their nervous system, messes with their brain, their ability to focus, their clarity, their ability to think. It messes up their sleep. It just sends their body out of whack because their bodies don't really know how to process these different chemicals. It's just trying to spend its energy just to process the chemicals that it's taking in. So natural, the closest you can get to Mother Nature is always best. If you buy packaged products out of convenience, make sure you try to get the highest quality of their product, even if it costs a little more, even if organic costs a little more, even if grass-fed costs a little more, even if all natural costs a little more. To what cost? What are you balancing towards? Me paying a little bit extra at the store today, or my child with ADHD, down the line because of all these chemicals that I'm putting in. So keep that in mind. Everything is interconnected and everything is in the gut. So when all this ADHD and all these different things that they want to diagnose our kids with, check their diet. Like check their diets. Check your grocery basket. What am I putting? Am I full of chips and cookies and frozen food and frozen this? Check your diet and then work your way from there and see if some things want to change. So I just wanted to share that. Finally, I'm going to talk about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15 when it comes to produce. So the Dirty Dozen are the ones you should always choose organically. So Dirty Dozen are the ones you should always choose organically. And the main reason why these should be chosen organically is because you eat the outside of these things. For example, strawberries, spinach, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, potatoes, and bell peppers should always be chosen organically because a lot of them are coming from the ground, and if they're not chosen organically, whatever chemicals they're using to grow that food and that soil is getting into your produce. So you should always choose organic on some things. So there was strawberries, spinach, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches. Think about anything that you're actually going to put into your mouth where you're going to eat the skin. Organic is best. So that's the best way to think of it. It's organic is best. And again, I know it's more expensive. It is more expensive. But just for the betterment of you, go ahead. If you're going to choose good health, you might as well choose good health all the way. Okay? And the things that you don't necessarily have to get organic are, think about the items that you're not going to eat the skin, like bananas, avocados, onions, eggplants, mangoes, kiwis, cantaloupe, even broccoli and cauliflower. Those things don't necessarily have to be organic. So those are your clean 15. Don't have to choose organic on those things. But think about if you're going to bite it, an apple, strawberries, grapes, yes, organic. And I'm going to peel it, a banana, avocado, a mango, eggplant, honeydew, kiwi, those things I'm going to peel and eat. Those things are okay to consume. That they don't have to be organic when you purchase them. So keep that in mind. But organic is always a better choice, but you don't have to spend your finances in a place that it will make the biggest difference. So spend your, when you're making your budget, make your budget to fit the things that are most important, the areas that are most important when it comes to organic and natural and grass-fed and things like that. So that's what I have for you guys today. Reading food labels. So you should not just be looking for calories and fat. You should be looking at the ingredients because that's what's important. The first ingredient that's listed on that product is what that product is mainly made of. So that's what you should be focusing on. What is the first ingredient? What is this product mainly made of? And make your decision. It should be a thumbs up or thumbs down. All right. And it's a learning process. I'm still learning. I'm still going through the process. And I'm still, debating on, but do I want this or do I want that? Because we start getting into our habits of what we used to eat. So it's a learning process. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed my Coach's Corner, reading food labels. I enjoyed sharing this information with you. If you have any questions, comments, you can always send a message, comment on the post, share with a friend. I hope you learned something. And until next time, every Thursday we're going to be doing Coach's Corner at 5 o'clock. So until next time, drink, eat, and be well. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Peace.